Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for mid-November 2022. We are going to jump right in here, and we are going to look at your 5 main themes that you will be dealing with this month first. You start off with this Eagle card. It says triumph over obstacles. So I think you will easily be overcoming any obstacles that are coming your way this month. I also feel like for some of you, I'm getting that, like, I feel like you need to sharpen your skills, or there is a certain skill that you have to sharpen. You know, it's like eagles have very sharp talons, right? So there's something that needs to be sharpened here. I think it's interesting that in this middle row here, you have the in-between energy of in-between the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I'll explain that in just a minute. But it's like he's almost like sharpening his sword on a stone on that card. And it's definitely popped, but it popped into my head here that if you have any skills, talents, gifts, skills, or abilities, then I would be doing whatever you can to kind of like sharpen those skills, especially if it's like a focused skill. I think being focused this month is going to be very important for you. You also have this January card. Yes, I understand it's November. This card says January on it. And you also have this Nest card that says an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So I feel for some of you, if you're looking for love, you could be finding love in the new year, obviously, because you have the January card in my hand. So for those of you that are looking for changes, they might be coming in around January, especially in love. I also do feel like for some of you that you're kind of like trying to decide where to put your energy or something. It's like I'm seeing, this card, it says nest on it. There's a bunch of eggs in the nest, but I'm seeing like a bunch of nests with like one egg each in your life. And I feel like you're trying to say like, what would be better for me to nurture into existence? Like where should I put my time? So you're trying to decide. You could be coming up with answers in the month of January. Yes, I understand that we're in November. You have this purse card. It says pay attention to your finances. I mean, I think this is true for everyone. I think we all need to pay attention to our finances right now. I think that we're in a financially crazy time, especially with Neptune and Pisces until 2025. I've been saying it since forever that, with Neptune and Pisces, I think we're going to see major financial changes by the time we get to 2025. It just is what it is. You have this younger man card. It says dealings or relationships with a younger man. Normally, I don't attach gender to these cards, but I do feel some of you are literally dealing with a younger man in your life. It could be your child. It could be a lover. It could be anything. Take it how it resonates. But I do feel that a younger man, for some of you, could it be a younger woman? Absolutely. It could be just a younger person, whatever. But I do feel like masculine energy here. So it could be like a younger person in your life that you're dealing with. I feel like they're going through changes, and it's like you could be helping them with these changes. You also have this wind chimes card. It says peace and harmony. So I do feel like there will be peace and harmony in your life this month. You start off with this new moon in Taurus. It says know your worth, and you also have this new moon in Cancer. It says relax on it. So I feel that, it's like if you know your worth, then you don't have to defend yourself, right? That's kind of like what's popping into my head is that people who just are something, they just are something. They have nothing to prove. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here for you in your just general energies. I think it would be a good time to not prove anything. I don't want to say that you're going to be tested this month or for the rest of the month, but I just feel there could be moments where people call you into question, where they're like, they kind of are like testing you in some way. I feel like this is saying the best way to pass a test is to just not pass a test. Like, as in, it's like if someone is saying like, how dare you date this person? You're not worthy of this person. I would just keep dating the person, right? I'd be like, I am this person, right? I feel this I hope this is making sense. I feel this energy of just needing to be something, if that makes sense. You have the Hierophant, the Temperance card, and the Fool. I do feel like there's a new beginning coming in for you. Even if we go from here up, we see Fool, Knight of Swords to Queen of Swords to the Page of Pentacles. So I feel for some of you that you're getting ready to take a leap of faith. And this is going to be some sort of transformation that you're going through here, Cancer. I do feel like you're going to be leaving things behind. I feel like you're going to be, opening up to new experiences as well. This feels like a totally new adventure in your life that you're going on. And I feel it starts right now. So some of you, I feel this is like everything's changing with this reading. Love life, business life, work life. You could be moving. So like, I get like bang, 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 like a whole list of things that you're going through a change on. And I feel like that you have people who are watching this transformation that you're going through with this Temperance card. And I kind of feel that people might see it as like a little bit magical. And usually the thing about the Temperance card is if we're making a change, people do see it as magical. This right here is the path to glory, this bat behind him. And he wants to get to that crown, this angel on the Temperance card. But he's like turning water into wine, or he's trying to use his powers of alchemy to turn one thing into another. So again, I do feel this energy of you accomplishing something great in the near future. Might be in January, since you have that January card showing up here. But I feel for some of you that you're kind of making a change or a transformation. For some of you, this could be like graduating college or graduating or getting like some sort of certification. That could be part of the change. And people are seeing you kind of like level up. I also feel like you're much more tapped into the universe. The Hierophant, he represents like the bridge between the heavens and the earth. He is the connector between the two things. And you also have the High Priestess here. So, divine counterparts, if you want love. These are like divine counterparts. So there definitely could be love here. You actually have the Hierophant twice in this reading. I'll show you in just a minute, but I feel for some of you could be love, but really, I feel like you're kind of like connecting things, and you're connecting your dreams down to earth. This could be surprising people. Like, I feel like a lot of you could be doing things that people don't expect. Again, I think the like little secret here is that you need to be the energy, right? We kind of talked about this at the beginning, where And you need to not allow other people's doubts to kind of creep in, is what I'm getting. With the Hierophant, you have the Five of Wands. This is like conflict again. I would avoid other people's doubts, exactly what I just said. Five of Wands is like other people, can represent immature people as well. You have a lot of pages in this reading, and you have that younger man card. It doesn't have to be a man, but just looking around at all this, I would be careful of immature energy, but I would also realize that if you want to be something, this reading is literally just saying be it, and you have nothing to prove. It's like when we start proving ourselves, right? When we start defending ourselves, that's when we look like we don't know what we're talking about. And I kind of have those, I feel if you're dealing with any issues at all this month, for the rest of the month, that's what you're going to be dealing with, is like people doubting you. But if you just don't, I feel like if you just don't engage, you're going to win. With the Temperance card, you have the Star, definitely accomplishing something great. And again, I get this like a little bit of a magical vibe here, but it's not really magic. I think you've earned it, whatever it is that you're earning at this time. I also feel there's like a major need to focus on the big picture. I have a feeling that pretty much everyone this month is going to have a message like this, where I think we need to zoom out and make sure that we're doing things for, because they're important to us, or we're doing things for the right reasons, or, we're doing things because it matches up with our North Star. The star is your North Star. It's the thing that you aim at, that you work towards to find success in life. So I think as long as we're able to zoom out and we're able to say like, okay, this matters, that doesn't matter in life, and just focusing on my stars, all that matters, your star can be anything, then you're going to be successful. I feel like if you start getting, overwhelmed by the small details, by, what your cousin's doing, or, the drama going on at work, if you get involved in those little things, I feel like it's just going to dim your light. That's kind of how I feel about this reading. I wouldn't really call it a warning. I just think it's saying, hey, you're going through this major transformation. Don't slow it down. With the Fool, you have the Ace of Cups here. I do feel like there's a love offer here. Look at this. You have this, the Hierophant to the Lovers. I'm going to explain this to you in just a minute. Ace of Wands, very passionate. King of Cups could be another water sign. I'm picking up on Earth heavily as well. So it could be an Earth sign with water sign with Earth. Take it how it resonates. But definitely picking up on that. I'm also getting Aquarius as well. So it could be an Aquarius, but whatever. I do feel there could be a true love offer coming in here. Next, in the area of the big change that you're manifesting at this time, which you are literally manifesting a major transformation here, you have this Spirit Guardian of Autumn. It says letting go. And you also have this Wolf Spirit, which says family. I also have a very strong suspicion that pretty much everyone is going to have a lot of family cards during the rest of this month. There just seems to be like a little bit of extra. I mean, yes, I understand that we're getting close to the holidays and everything like that, but it's like more than that. Like family could just be more important. Spending time with family, deepening those bonds and all that other stuff could be very important at this time. I feel like what you're letting go of is you. You are going through a death at this time and a transformation. Not literally. We're talking about, figuratively here, of course, Cancer, but there's some sort of change that you're going through. You have this This right here is the in-between tarot. It represents in between two energies on the cards. So you have the Hangman to the Death card, the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords, and the Hierophant to the Lovers. I feel that you are definitely attracting probably like a new lover at this time with the Hangman to the Death card. It could be obviously a Scorpio or a Pisces that's coming in for you here. I feel like this person, see that fire there? It's interesting because I'm getting like forged in fire. Those are the words that are popping into my head. I feel like you have been forged in fire, meaning you've been through a lot of difficulties and now you've become hard, but like in a good way. I also feel like you could be attracting a person who has also been like forged in fire, but this isn't like a toxic thing. I think you've both learned how to become stronger. So obviously if you're attracting love, two strong people together is better than two weak people together, right? So for lack of a better way to put it. And what I would say here is I feel like you're both kind of, if you're attracting a person, you're both very strong. If you're not attracting a person, even if you are, again, I feel like you're going through this very deep personal transformation here, which we talked about earlier. And part of it is you becoming stronger, bolder, like more assertive, more sure of yourself. It's almost like you've been forged through fire. Like I said, you're becoming, it's like I'm getting that you're becoming a rhinoceros. But I mean that by, like, I feel like you're developing very thick skin. It's like nothing can stop you at this time, Cancer. Very unstoppable energy. You have the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords. Again, I feel like things are becoming clear. I feel like you're building momentum as well. I also feel like you're just becoming less reactive is kind of what's popping into my head. Remember what we talked about not reacting to things people say to you? I feel like you're becoming less reactive. I feel like you're becoming more focused as well with this energy. Definitely going through transformation with this card as well. You also have this Hierophant. This is the Hierophant to the Lovers. So if you're looking for love, could be marriage. If you're not looking for love, this to me just is saying like the pathway is opening up. The Hierophant can represent kind of like initiation, being initiated into something. The Lovers can represent being at a crossroads. But I kind of feel that this is more talking about a path becoming available to you. It's like you finally have enough information, or you finally have learned enough to accept a new path in your life, like in work, in business, or whatever. And so you're accepting a new path, which we see. You also have the Ace of Wands right next to it, and the Ace of Wands would definitely be a new path. So let's see here. With the Hangman, you have the Tower, definitely a major transformation. Could be a Scorpio coming in for you here for sure. I don't really feel like the Tower is bad in your reading. Again, I don't think the Tower is bad, period, but that's just me. I feel like the Tower is necessary. I don't really look at tarot as good or bad. I look at it as just loose advice at best. And what I would say here is that the Tower has to fall. The Tower kind of represents something being the same for too long. Could you have experienced a Tower moment in the past? Absolutely. But this row is meant to represent the next big change that you're going through, and the Tower would be a major change. So I kind of feel like you're going through major change. These major changes that you're going through are going to be, I think this is due to some sort of revelation that you had. I would prefer to see the Judgment card here as well as the Tower to say that this is a major revelation. But what I would say, Hangman, you have the Star, these are enlightening cards. They, talk about enlightenment. And you also have this lightning bolt at the top of the Tower there. The lightning bolt at the top of the Tower, to me, can sometimes represent, of course, a shock, but it really represents like a light bulb moment, a sudden realization that something needs to change in your life. With the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords, you have the Magician, literally the card of reinvention. He has the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail, wrapped around his waist right here. The Ouroboros represents reinvention, reinventing yourself, turning yourself from one thing into another. So I feel that there is definitely like a major change going on for you here, Cancer. With the Hierophant to the Lovers, you have the Six of Swords. Some of you definitely the Tower could have been a breakup or a separation from the past, but I feel like you're moving towards something significantly better, something where there's much more passion, something where there's, much more going on, basically. Next, in the area of what to expect over the next 6 months, you have this Loyal Heart card, then you have this Orphan card. I'm doing the next 6 months because we had those eclipses this month, and I think there's a lot going on in the next 6 months, so here's a little preview. You have these two cards here. I feel like you've been feeling orphaned, and I feel like there is a loyal heart, someone who's going to be loyal to you, coming in for you. Someone who has been battle-hardened, like I said, or, forged in fire. I feel like this person has also been through a lot of difficulties and challenges. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. I'm telling you right now, if you have an ex here that, this is the row of your future self. I feel like your future self is saying, don't allow an ex to come in between you and a new person. So you might want to block an ex or something like that if you have one. That's only going to be for some of you. But you have the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands kind of represents out with the old, in with the new. There's a castle back here, and that castle is crumbling. The castle kind of represents out with the old. This is the new right here. So the Ace of Wands is a card of passion and desire and going for something that you truly want and desire in your life. So there's something new coming in for you. The salamander that you can see there, the salamander in the tarot represents protection from fire. What have we been talking about? Being forged in fire. So, in mythology, the salamander cannot be burned by fire. So I almost feel like there's something that's coming in for you here over the next 6 months that is like divinely protected and divinely guided. Sometimes I think when something is just meant to happen in our life, there's nothing that can stop it. So, there's kind of something unstoppable coming into your life. I also am getting like 0 to 60 on this right here. You see this rabbit on the Queen of Pentacles? It's moving very quickly. You can see that it's like running. And if you have ever seen a rabbit, they move very quickly. And she's got that pentacle in her hand and she's holding it up. It's kind of funny because I feel like this is gratitude. That's not what this card means at all. But just intuitively, I feel like this is you almost just being like grateful for something. And it's going to be hard to see, but there's like her reflection is in that pentacle. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that on this camera, but her face is reflecting off of that pentacle. I almost feel like that's your past self. Like you're looking at your past and you're saying like, wow, like look how far I have come. Look at all these changes I've made. Look at all these things that I've done. But I feel like something is speeding up very, very quickly for you. I'm also getting gratitude, like I said. And I feel gratitude would be the best energy to be in to attract these things very quickly. You have the Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles can represent learning something new. Remember what we said about sharpening your talents, sharpening your skills. I feel that would be great for you. I also feel like there's like good news coming in for you. But this, I almost feel like, look, this is a messenger. So I feel like there could be messages coming in for you over the next 6 months, but I feel like you're just very intuitive, like between now and like April of next year. It's like, I feel like there's just like a little bit extra intuition for you. So don't doubt your intuition. Like the biggest mistakes I've made in life, although I'm not against making mistakes, but to me, the biggest mistakes I've made are when I don't trust my intuition, when I don't listen to myself, right? And I kind of feel this Page of Pentacles is saying that over the next 6 months, you really need to listen to yourself. You also have the High Priestess here, which would be a very intuitive energy. And I feel this is saying like there could be certain things that you're feeling that you're doubting. And I would say don't doubt your feelings. You know exactly what you need to do. I also feel that this is love coming in over the next 6 months. Something very passionate, very stable. Someone who's not going to orphan you like a past person did. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Pentacles. I also feel like you're going to be very focused on work over the next 6 months. I feel there's going to be a lot of success and abundance coming in for you through work. But here's the thing about the Eight of Pentacles. He is focusing. I said this at the beginning of the reading that I was picking up on focus. And here you go. He's only doing one thing. He's not scattering his energy. He's not doing a million things. Remember what I said about the nests? I feel like you're like an eagle with like a bunch of nests. It's like, I get this feeling of just needing to focus on one thing. Like the eagle is like the best bird. Let's pretend, right? It's the best bird. But if you're scattered, I feel like you're just like giving your energy to too much. And I feel the Eight of Pentacles is saying that focusing on one thing is going to lead to a lot of abundance for you. And so I'd focus on like one thing. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Chariot, quick movement, momentum. Chariot is about asserting your will as well. Chariot kind of says where there's a will, there's a way. So if you want to accomplish something, you will accomplish it. This is also your energy. You're showing up in a very strong position here. The universe really has your back right now, Cancer. I feel like you're going to feel very supported. And this is great because I feel maybe you haven't been feeling very supported for a long time. Maybe you've been asking the universe, like, when's my time? Are things going to happen for me? Like, all those things are popping into my head. So definitely a big change. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a new adventure. I would encourage you to go on any adventures that you could. Chariot, Page of Wands. This is like saying if people invite you out, I would go. If people invite you to parties, I would go. I'm getting a very social energy here. And I feel if you're like looking for love, especially, then, I would get out there. If you're looking for anything else, adventure, I would get out there, plain and simple. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this fish card. It says abundance and luck on it. You also have this old man. It says inheritance and mail on it. Some of you could be receiving inheritance. For others, I feel like it's kind of funny that intuitively what I feel is that this could be a person. And again, I know that this is old man, but take it how it resonates. Could be any gender. This is a general reading, but I feel you could be attracting a person in love. And it's almost like what you're inheriting is someone else's good luck. Again, remember what I said about forged in fire? I feel like some of you could be like ending up in a relationship with a person who like gave a lot to another person, and that person maybe like ran away or quit or whatever, their person, right? So it's like, I feel like you're attracting like a giver, someone who's really good in relationships, and now you're inheriting all the benefits that that person could have inherited, right? So that's like, it's weird that's popping into my head, but that's what I'm getting here. I also do feel that some of you could be inheriting some work, but again, it's like you're inheriting like the year's worth of knowledge before that you have learned. There's something here about becoming very lucky or very abundant because you're inheriting knowledge. So it's like, I don't know, maybe you're finding someone's old work journal, or maybe someone's leaving work and you're taking their position. This could also be in business as well. It's like maybe you discover some information that helps your business, but it's like probably old information. So don't be afraid, but also don't be afraid to look for old information. I feel that maybe this old information could be very beneficial. I'm also getting from your future self here that, again, especially in work or business, there might be people who are saying like, oh, that doesn't work, or, doing things this way won't work for you. I would try those things because for whatever reason, it's like your future self is saying, no, those people have never tried it. They have no clue what they're talking about, right? It kind of reminds me of like, it's like there are videos on YouTube where people hate on like certain equipment that YouTubers use, and it's only because they can't afford it. That's the only reason they hate on it, right? So and they have no clue what they're talking about because they've never used it. And that's popping into my head here for some of you. It's like, again, there might be like, maybe you have some idea in business and people are like, oh, that'll never work, but they never tried it. So I feel like you need to try it because it's going to work for you. Definitely popping into my head. You have the Page of Swords, the High Priestess, and the King of Cups. Could be a Pisces that you're attracting, of course. I feel that your future self is saying you need to be careful of this right here, Page of Swords. Anyone who acts immature in your life, doesn't matter what gender, but I would be careful of immature energy, immature people. Anyone who, if you have a feeling that someone's a backstabber, or a liar, cheater, any of that stuff, I would really trust your feelings on this, because you also have the High Priestess, trust your intuition. I also feel your higher self is, again, saying that there's a lot of benefits, not just right now, but I feel for a while, for a long time. I feel there are a lot of benefits in you looking into mysteries. The High Priestess sometimes can represent potential. She represents when we get an idea or some information where it's just potential. The problem with potential is we have to put all the work in, right? So I feel like you could be getting like sudden flashes of insight with the Tower or certain ideas, but unless you look into them, you're not going to get the benefits. So I would look into things. Again, you have the King of Cups. I feel like this could be a person, and it definitely could be a water sign coming in for love. So let's see here, Cancer. With the Page of Swords, you have the Moon card. Very interesting. I was saying something about like needing to kind of just go looking into darkness, right, earlier, especially with that Temperance card. It's funny because I was getting Moon vibes there as well. Definitely could be a Pisces. You have like every single Pisces card here, so it could be a Pisces coming in for you. But I would also say like look into mysteries. I feel like there's a lot of benefit in moving towards new things where you don't know all the details. With the High Priestess, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happy home, happy family, true love. I feel like your future self is saying that there is true love coming in for you. And with the King of Cups, you have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, see, I'm wondering if this is like other people causing confusion. I would definitely be careful of allowing other people into your relationship. So if you're like meeting a new person, for example, it's like you might have other people saying, oh, don't date that person, they're no good for you and all this other stuff. But it's like, do they know the person? Probably not. So I would be careful of those situations. Too many illusions here. But it's like you see the truth because you're actually in the situation. So don't allow, I feel like really the last row is very simple. I think it's a warning from your future self saying don't allow other people to influence any situation in your life. It doesn't just have to be love. It could be work, business, or otherwise. So that's that, Cancer. We're going to pull 3 cards now. I'm going to answer one question. If you don't have a question, that's fine too. I'm just going to put all 3 cards together at the end, and I'm going to answer it like a personalish reading. But 1, 2, 3, I'm going to read the cards now, so feel free to pause if you need to think of your question. Let's see here. You have the Death card, the Knight of Swords, and the Sun. I feel like saying wait for more details, whatever you're asking about. I feel for some of you, you're asking a question and about like, something where you don't have all the details. I feel like this is saying don't make a move. I'm getting like I don't know if that's 2 things though, because it's like for some of you, I'm saying like don't make a move. If you're waiting for a person to communicate with you or something like that, I feel like they owe you the communication. I wouldn't be going towards them. I'm also getting that for some of you, if you're being given an offer, or if you're thinking about making an offer, accepting an offer, I feel this is saying get more details. Same thing if you're like asking about a negotiation as well. Like if you're asking, should I accept this job offer for this much money or something? I would be patient. I feel like if you kind of just like sit back, relax, and don't rush, then things are going to go very well for you. I also feel for the rest of you, obviously you're going through a major transformation at this time that is going to lead to a lot of happiness, which we saw throughout the reading. So pretty interesting reading here, Cancer. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.